Okay, let's take a look at this kerfluffle. If you only sub to my YouTube out of blind allegiance to EVS and not because you like me and or my content, just unsub me now. I don't want fake subs. You are fake subs. Whoa. That is a weird take on things. Michael Lynch says, in a way I subbed you because of EVS. I wasn't familiar with your work prior to him bringing you on a show. I'm thankful he did. It's great to know there's believers in the industry who are top talent. I did unsub EVS because of EVS, though. Ethan says, aw, come on back. Frog, rainbow, and a shrugs, what are you going to do sign. EVS used to do a special YouTube performance of Baby Come Back by Player with a special dedication to Mike S. Miller. No, I want Michael Lynch back, not Mike. Cute. All-American Male jumps in. Oh, and on this tweet, he got 127 likes and 155 comments, which means he's getting a little bit of a ratio. On Twitter, that means people aren't agreeing with you as much as you perhaps would like them to. All-American Male. Day 468. No one cares about these petty, unseemly squabbles. Please create your art. Settle your differences privately. Amen, Mr. All-American Male. Wow, that escalated quickly. Ethan Van Sciver blocked you. EVS once again adopted war campaign, went off the deep end. You're better off. Wow, just wow. Holy shit, is this legit? That's not right at all. You should treat your customers with respect, even when they bruise your ego because they're not pleased at how late your project is. Alleged backer didn't see him post a backer number, and then he comes back. He shows all the things he. This doesn't necessarily mean he backed them. It just means you click the heart on Indiegogo campaigns. So he shows all these that he's claiming he backed, and then he does show that yes, he did back Cyberfrog. So. Yeah, you have skin in the game. You don't need to, Oh, and then in Ethan's defense, he says, I blocked this dude months ago. Is he claiming I just blocked him because of his Peanuts meme? Well, he's an effing liar. Do you need to be on Twitter? Twitter takes a lot of time, and you have to look at it and say, does it make more money than it costs me in time and frustration? And for a guy who is like, I don't know, 9 or 10 months late on a campaign, I mean, maybe I would have got off Twitter for those 9 months. Just, saying. Okay, Scrambler writes, so much animosity. You all need to remember that you draw pictures for a living. Yes, we're talking about comics, comic books, and to think that some people who've criticized comics have got death threats to them and their families by the anti-comic skaters. It's like, there are enough anti-comic skaters out there. We do not need to fight among ourselves, and especially we do not need to fight publicly. It's true, I am irritated, and I'm responding to being bad-mouthed online out of irritation. Yes, EVS should stop talking about Mike Miller. Mike Miller should stop talking about EVS. They should just go their own ways until they cool down a few months from now, and then go back to being friends. There's no need to get in a fight over something that if you were just not on Twitter, it would have prevented. No one is begrudging you for being human, but you just told me to unsub you because EVS introduced you to me. So even though I've come to enjoy your brand and introduce your art streams to my 12-year-old daughter, you ask us to leave because drama. Yeah, enough. You're like 45, 50 years old. This is way too immature for adults to act this way. I mean, you can fight, but just fight privately. And publicly, you should have a brave face, carrying Comicsgate forward, selling books, making entertainment. If you only sub to my YouTube out of blind allegiance to EVS, this is not what it's about. If EVS has you on, he says, oh, check out Mike Miller. And so people check out Mike Miller and they give you a sub. And then your stuff comes up in the feed and they watch a couple of videos. Either they like you or they don't like you. If they like you, they're going to click the bell and they're going to watch more of your videos. So it's just not a big deal. This is much ado about nothing. Why would you care? I mean, there's no such thing as fake subs. Numbers help the algorithm. When people like, comment, and share your stuff, it just helps your algorithm. And I mean, I'm just doing it for fun. He's doing it because he's selling a product. So I mean, if I was selling a comic book, I wouldn't talk this way to the customers. It's just It's just not necessary. Don't worry, I already did weeks ago. Spoiler, it had nothing to do with EVS. Honestly, I felt used with the multiple covers on Lone Star. The eating on stream. I know that's nitpicky, but it really turns my stomach. Fair point. I think Nasser used to eat on... For some reason, Nasser Rabadi blocked me. I have no idea why. I've been nothing but supportive to Nasser. It's weird when you find out somebody blocked you and you're like, oh, kind of disappointed a little bit. That's okay. I will still support Nasser because he's a very young man and he's acting like a young man, but that's fair. We've all acted like young people at one time in our life. I wish him well. He's the best. He holds the people at Marvel and Image. He holds their feet to the fire and he gives them a lot of shit. And he's got big balls. I got to respect that. Respect his hustle. But Nasser eats on streams. He'd do these live streams in his car, and he would eat the most horrible, fattening, just poisonous foods in his car, and eat and talk and do live streams, and like, yeah, nobody's watching because they're sickened. They're just absolutely sickened. Yeah, okay, so people are giving him a bunch of crap, and he says he's just venting. Why would you vent publicly? You're a successful comic book artist. You're one of the best comic book artists in probably in Comicsgate. I've seen Ethan Van Sciver and Mike Miller, and I think Mike Miller's actually even a little bit better than Ethan Van Sciver. If you look at Miller's drawings of women, it's top notch stuff. No backhanded shade. So my point is, you've had several successful campaigns over 6 figures. You're going to have more successful campaigns. Everyone just wants to support you and EVS and everyone else in Comicsgate. We just want to give you our money. Why are you fighting publicly? We don't want you to fight publicly. Stop it. And this guy says, Robin Eaton says, fair enough. You guys should sort your beef out. Keep it private. I support both your work, and it need not come to a binary, him or me type of thing. And that's what I thought we were doing, but War Campaign EVS decided to go live about me again. Whatever. Stop. Just ignore them. Why are you watching them? It's like you're so curious to find out what other people are saying about you, but nothing EVS and War Campaign are saying about you are going to hurt you. This comment about unsub me, that's going to hurt you because you lost probably 100 subs for it. I mean, you'll get them back in time, but there's no need for this. There's just no need. Edwin Boyd chimes in. Oh, I guess they're doing the JC instead of the War Campaign. Yeah, this whole thing's a mess. I don't stop arguing. People who are subscribed for cross-examinations, drawn a quarter in Lone Star because they enjoy it, are going to have a better organic experience and are going to be easier to. It just doesn't make sense. If people like you, they're going to watch you. You don't need to tell them to unsub or sub or anything like that. You can check out Edwin Boyette. He is on YouTube. He's pretty entertaining. He's gotten a lot of these people, you know, I'm in the beginning stages of learning what I'm doing. I admit I'm making a ton of mistakes and I'm just a ton of messes. But Edwin Boyette, when he started out, he wasn't very good either. But he's much better now. He's got a very smooth approach to it. Okay, hold on. I have the Jack Show playing in the background. So if you hear Cecil's dulcet tones, Cecil and EVS are two of the funniest guys in Comicsgate. Cecil is probably the smartest guy, but they both have just witty repartee, just amazingly quick, lightning fast responses. Ethan is good because he got good at it. He wasn't originally as good as he is now. Cecil was good right off the bat. Just amazing cultural knowledge and ability. I mean, humor is about intelligence, and he can draw humorous situations from anything. Anyway, so this is more of this public infighting, which I wish they both stopped. Enjoy watching the character assassination on Ethan's stream last night. Glad Dick and Comics. I think that is Cecil. Trust that I would send the cards. I never got a deadline. Ethan has multiple ways to contact me if this was urgent. He just whined about it to make me look bad. Thing is, we take Ethan with a big grain of salt. I mean, most of us are mature adults. We take both sides with a big grain of salt because we believe in the concept of due process for both people. I mean, Ethan made some silly accusations, and the thing is, we know Ethan is a hothead. He can be hot-headed and make some off-the-cuff remarks that aren't supported with a solid logical foundation. I've heard him say some things before, and it's like, oh, come on, dude, stop. But it doesn't mean we don't like Ethan or Mike Miller. We like them both quite a bit, and more importantly, want to support them financially and support their work. So it shows he's got the cards going on. Okay, Tribulation Task Force. I took a look at that. I think I put the link. I'll put the link in the description. Iron Cross. Is Iron Cross his Lone Star comic? I don't understand. Get your own comic featuring the Iron Cross at Lone Star comic. Oh no, because PewDiePie. Oh my gosh, I make a video about PewDiePie. He and the ADL, and I do not want the attention of those people. The ADL is incredibly powerful, incredibly dangerous people. PewDiePie, he made a donation of 50 grand, and then he took it back. Shocking. He stood up to the ADL. It's just, and when he gave his, he took the 50 grand back. He wore a collar with the Iron Cross on it. It's kind of a high collar, looks a little World War II-ish. You know, the Iron Cross is just probably rooted in Christianity from 2,000 years ago. And the ADL and the SPLC and the ACLU, they really hate Christians, hate Christianity, they hate Islam, and they hate the cross, any Christian symbolism. They just cannot, they loathe. Oops. Anyway, this is this is great. This is great. Honestly, I could probably save myself a couple tweets just by using these two comics. You want to know what comic fans aren't exactly fans, or of newer fans, and they're unending war on comic art. This is the simplest I think it gets. I'm ticked off because of the way people sexualize women in these comics, showing us like sexist objects. That is probably Power Girl with her window into the only thing I know about Power Girl is I read a comic with her and who's that girl? Harley Quinn. They're very, very funny together. How much have women suffered due to these sexual representations about female perfect bodies in ridiculously tight clothes? Getting excited over crossing her legs, getting excited over Superman in ridiculously tight clothes. Yeah, it's the double standard is really funny. It's they have no problem with men with perfect bodies, because let me tell you, the men in comics, that's not realistic. Very, very few men look like that. Maybe a few professional bodybuilders who are taking heavy doses of testosterone and DECA and growth hormone and clenbuterol to cut up for diets and stuff. It's okay, maybe a few of them, but they're killing themselves to look like that. The men do not look like men in comics. Women do not look like women. Those are aspirational, inspirational characters. They're just, what do they call it? Archetypes or something? I mean, Professor Geek would probably know more about that kind of stuff. But finally, our struggle has been realized, and we can get this comic character out of that sexualized, oppressive, and sexist comic costume. So that's probably, I don't know, Miss Marvel or one of those cancer comics, or Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, just absolute garbage. Well, are you going to buy it? I wouldn't waste my money on all this crap. Exactly, that's the point. They don't buy comics. They're just SJWs or NPCs. They're parasites that infect in the industry and destroy it because they crave power. Someone was saying, I think it was your boy Zach was saying, explaining the parasitic SJW nature is they would rather be the leader of a dying industry than a second tier person in an industry that is doing well. They'd rather be the ruler of hell than to serve in heaven, that kind of thing. Yeah, they're absolute just parasites, just the worst type of people. If you have any industry, you absolutely must keep SJWs out of it. Anyway, this is the autistic spurging of Mike Miller and Ethan Van Sciver, and there's some more from him fighting, but stop. Check out Merry Boys and the other one I saw, Tribulation Taskmasters. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.